What's up guys, Captain Coin Collector here, and I got a box of pennies that I'm gonna go through. In addition, we're gonna discuss the copper price through 2024 and what we can expect for 2025. So let's go ahead and get this video started. A lot to cover in a short amount of time. Right now, I'm on moneymetals.com and I have the Money Metals exchange up for copper over the last year. Now, all values are in pounds, but we also can view it in ounces, pounds, grams, or kilos. But for this example, for this chart, all the prices you see below here are per pound. And that means that it's about 144 copper pennies is equal to all these prices shown, which means we're definitely gonna see a good profit once it becomes illegal to melt copper pennies for a profit. The year 2024 started out for the copper price per pound at $3.89. As we worked through the first month, we did see a slow decline in the copper price with a low of $3.70. But as we continued through the year, we saw the price of copper per pound go to $4 and change in the middle of March 2024. And within the next 3 months, the price would go as high as $5.10 on May 20th, 2024. But because it is a fluctuating market, the price does rise and it does decline. During the summer, June 26th, 2024, the price went down to $4.36 before returning to $4.67 and going back down below $4 in August of 2024. The price did fluctuate a lot recently, as high as $4.65 down to $4.02 at the end of the year of 2024. So from the beginning of the year, January 1st, 2024 to the end, December 31st, the price of copper did rise and the average price of copper did rise. The price of copper rose by roughly 13 cents. And it maintains the same price today at around $4.02. If we go down to the month, we could see just the fluctuation we've had since December 31st. The price of copper rose to about $4.15 yesterday on a steady incline from $4.02 at the end of the year, but it's trading still around $4.02 to 3 cents. But what can we expect for the price of copper here in 2025? Based on some research that I've done, copper prices are expected to be higher in 2025 due to a bunch of factors, including demand and supply constraints. Copper is a key component of energy transition. It's used in electric vehicles, power grids, wind turbines, and more. As for the supply to meet this demand, one of the world's largest copper mines halted production due to environmental concerns, meaning that a lower supply and higher demand will mean higher prices of copper in the coming year. According to popular financial groups such as Goldman Sachs, UBS, and Morgan Stanley, the price of copper is expected to rise between 20 and 25% over the course of 2025. If copper were to go up to $5 a pound, each copper penny would be worth approximately 3.3 cents or 0.7 more cents per coin at today's market value, which is crazy. Anyway, we have a lot to look forward to in 2025 regarding hoarding copper pennies. So let's go through a box to see what we can find and to grow our collection. Now that we discussed what to expect for 2025 in terms of copper and copper pennies, let's go ahead and open up this box to see how many coppers we can pull from this box, in addition to some other cool finds you can find yourself while hunting a box of pennies. I got this box of pennies back in October of 2024 from my local Fifth Thirds bank. Let's open it up and see what we got. So the first thing we're gonna look for is a circulated box. And we can tell that we do have a circulated because we do have a shield scent that is dirty, as well as another shield scent over there. We can also find a lot of shield scents. We got ourselves a memorial scent as well, so we do have ourselves a circulated box. I'll let you know when I get my first find, and if there are no finds in between the first 10 rolls, we'll do a weigh-in to see how many copper coins we have. At the end of the hunt, we'll weigh all the copper up to see how much our copper pennies are worth compared to the price of copper at the start of 2025. So let's go ahead and open up the first roll. I'll let you know what we are looking for in these pennies as we go and open up this first roll. Many people have different ways of opening up these rolls of pennies, but as you can see, we do have a circulated roll of pennies here, and hopefully some copper coins included. So copper pennies are from 1982 and below. 1982 was a transition year, so all 1981 and below are 95% copper, 5% zinc. In order to find out if your 1982 penny is 95% copper, you'd have to go to the scale. If it weighs 3.1 grams, you're in luck. That is the copper penny. If it weighs 2.5, then its composition is 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. So we'll put this one aside and see if it has any other friends. We got another one right next door. It is a 1974, and it's got the San Francisco mint mark, so it's really one of our first finds. I always put aside the San Francisco mint marks. Growing up in New York, these pennies would have to travel from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, so they're more rare, at least on the East Coast. They're less rare here in Tennessee, but I always do still put them aside because they are a lower mintage penny than the Philadelphia and Denver minted pennies. So we'll put that aside and continue the hunt for more copper coins. In addition to copper coins, I do collect shinier coins, and they go towards my archive collection for a roll of each modern coinage. So in the pennies case, 1909 to present day. Present day including this penny, a nice example of a 2022 Denver. In addition, I do collect 1998s, as well as 2009s, which is the bicentennial of Lincoln's birthday. Born in 1809 was Abraham Lincoln, the person on the obverse of the United States penny. Here, we do have a 1968 Denver in nice condition, so we'll put it aside for our archive collection as well. In addition, copper pennies. In addition, there are copper pennies that I will always keep, and those are the wheat cent from 1909 all the way to 1958. The first year of the memorial cent was in 1959. They continued to 2008. 2009 was those special design bicentennial pennies. And from 2010 to the present day, you'll have the shield cent, which the mint continues to strike through 2025. So that's the first roll. I'll let you know if I get any more finds in the next 9 rolls. I'm on roll number 2, and I do have a 2009. This one is from the Denver Mint, but it is one of 4 designs from 2009 to commemorate Lincoln's birth 200 years prior. And in the same roll, I saw an older edge. We have our first wheat cent. It is a 1939 Philadelphia. There is no mint mark, so it does mean it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And you can look at the back to see the wheat cents and why we call it wheat cents, because of the wheat surrounding the reverse of the coin. On the back it says 1 cent, United States of America, circled by a couple of wheats. A 1939 wheat cent, first one of the box, 95% copper. I've got roll number 10 laid out. Let's see if we can find any more copper coins. Theoretically, all these are copper, but we're looking again for those from 1981 and below, including this 1977, which is 95% copper. Seems like we'll get a couple of those coppers in this roll. Let's see how many we can get in 50 coins. On average, I usually get about 250 to 300 copper coins per Tennessee box, so I'm hoping that we get somewhere near that. I would love if we get around 300, but that's on the higher side of the average. If every roll was like this, we'd have no problem getting to that goal, but some of the rolls so far have been a little bit off. The lowest I got in one roll was 3, but this one wasn't too bad. We ended up getting 9 copper coins in all in just that one roll. So let's go over to the scale. It's been 10 rolls. Let's see how many grams of copper we accumulated. So I got my scale zeroed out, and we'll add all the copper coins we found in the first 10 rolls. This number does not include the S mint marks that we found, or the wheat penny that we found from 1939. These are all just the generic copper from 1960 to 1981, and I still have today the 1982s that we found. So we got a total of 187 grams of copper. Now all we have to do is plug in the formula, 187 divided by 3.1. That's how much each copper penny weighs, and we get a total of 60 copper pennies found in the first 10 rolls. Now if this continues, we will hit our goal of 300 copper cents found in this box. So let's go ahead and search through the rest of the box to see what we'll get. I'll let you know any finds I do get, but at the end of the box, I'll show you exactly how many copper coins we found and what it's worth in today's market of copper coins. Roll number 13, and we got ourselves another wheat penny. This time it is a 1953 Philadelphia. Roll number 19, and we got ourselves another 2009 commemorative. Another design from the Philadelphia Mint. So far we found 2 designs from the bicentennial, hoping to find the other 2. Roll number 22, we're going to get another 2009 commemorative, again from the Philadelphia Mint. Roll number 24, and it looks like we got ourselves our third wheat cent, a 1946 Philadelphia. In addition, we also found ourselves a couple 1959s, the first year of the memorial cent. Roll number 29, we're going to have our first foreign, and it is a Canadian from the year 2001. Roll number 32, and it seems like we have a very beat up 1948 Denver. The reason why I put it in the scope is because the 8 almost looked like a 3. If that was the case, we would have a $100,000 penny being a 1943 copper cent rather than the 1943 steel cent. But I'm pretty sure, almost 100% certain, this is a 1948D. Nonetheless, it is still another wheat cent to add to the collection. Roll number 33, and we have another wheat cent, another 1953, this time a Denver. Roll number 35, and we got ourselves another wheat cent. Haven't flipped it over yet, but it is reverse showing, and it does seem a little old. And it is. It's a 1927. This penny is almost 100 years old. Now that it's 2025, it is 98 years old. It's a 1927 Philadelphia, the oldest wheat penny of the box so far. The very next roll, we got ourselves another wheat penny, this time from 1944, the Philadelphia Mint. Roll 39, and we're going to get another wheat cent. This time it looks like a little newer than the previous one. It is in 1956. No mint mark, meaning it is from the Philadelphia Mint. Roll number 40, and look at what we found over here. At first I thought it was a newer coin, but it is a very uncirculated 1970 San Francisco, most likely a proof penny from 1970, bearing the S mint mark. Very good example of this coin. We're definitely going to put it aside, possibly just put it in a flip before going into the archive collection. Roll number 46, and we got ourselves another wheat penny. It's in crummy condition, but it is a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll number 48, and we got our second Canadian of the box, and it is a 1974. Roll number 50, and we found another design on the 2009 Bicentennial Memorial Cent. It is a 2009 Philadelphia. Only one design to go, but this is the last roll of the box. We got a whole bunch more coppers. We got piles of 1998s, 1982s to weigh in, and some possible error cents, as well as all the coins that we put aside for the archive collection and cool coins that we found along the way, including wheat cents, 2009s, and S mint marks. So, time to organize everything and go over all our finds, including weighing up all the copper. So first, I'm going to weigh my 1982s to see which ones are 95% copper and which ones are 2.5% copper. So this one weighs 2.5 grams roughly. So it is a 97.5% zinc coin, 2.5% copper. But if I weigh this one, it weighs about 3 grams, near to 3.1, meaning that it is the 95% copper, 1982. So we'll go ahead and do that for all these pennies. We got a 2.9, another 3, and another 3. So these all are copper and will go into our copper jar. All right, guys, time to weigh up our copper pennies. We're going to go ahead and tear the cup to make it 0, and then add the pennies to the cup to see how many grams of copper we pulled from this box. Now again, this does not include the wheat cents, the S mint marks, or any of the archive collection shiny coins that we put aside. This is just 1960 to 1982, filtered 1982, copper pennies. And we have a total of 897 grams. So 897 divided by 3.1 gives us a number of 289 copper pennies. With the addition of those wheat pennies and those S mint marks, we should have just over 300, averaging about 6 copper coins per roll. Let's go ahead and see how much they're worth. All right, guys, we are on the site coinflation.com to figure out how much all the pennies that we found from the scale are worth. Now, this is a great site again, and I've used it many times on this channel. It tells you a lot of information. It tells you the denomination, the obverse and reverse image, the total metal composition for the specific years. In this case, 1909 to 1982 is 95% copper and 5% zinc. The total weight of each penny without post-mint damage should be 3.11 grams. And only the 1943 steel cent does not have a copper zinc metal composition. It also shows you how much each penny is worth. And at today's current market, today is January 7th, 2025, each penny is approximately worth 2.66 cents. That number is figured out by adding the copper value and zinc value of the coin. The copper value alone is approximately worth 2.62 cents, while the zinc value is very insignificant. The two together make the penny worth 2.66 cents. Now, if we scroll down, we can go to the US coin melt value calculator. This is to see how much all of our pennies are worth. All we have to do is put the coin dollar total face value into the blank right over here. And according to the calculator, we found 287 copper pennies, so $2.87 face value. If we go to calculate, we'll see that the total melt value is $7.65. $7.65. There's a total of almost 1.87 pounds of copper and 0.01 pounds of zinc in this $2.80 worth of copper cents at the current copper price of $4.02 per pound. So not a bad haul, especially since I paid 1 penny for each of these coins. Now I do stress again, it is illegal to sell copper pennies for this price in the current market, but hopefully one day with the urgent need of copper, the United States will reverse that decision and make it legal to melt copper pennies for a profit. Just from this box alone, we would profit $4.78. All right, guys, time to go over the rest of the finds from this box. And we're going to start with the archive collection. We did find a few coins to add to that collection, ranging from 1968 to present day 2024. But the best finds include the wheat cents. We found 9 of them in total from this box, the oldest being in 1927 from the Philadelphia Mint. We also found one from 1939, a few from the 1940s, and some from the 1950s. We also found this cool coin over here. It is a 1977 Denver, but it does have a stamp on it, so I figured I'd put it aside. Next up, we did find some 1959s. One from the Philly and 2 from the Denver Mint, as well as 2 Canadians, 1974 and 2001. Moving on to the 2009s between Philadelphia and Denver, we ended up finding 8 total 2009s across 3 designs. Not too bad for the 2009s in this box. And we found 2 estimate marks, including this 1970 San Francisco uncirculated coin that's going right in the flip and into my collection. A very good find for this box. In addition, I did find 21 1998s, which is my birth year, as well as put a nice amount of 1992s, 1999s, and N2000s aside to look for the wide and close AM pennies. So we'll go through those later, but overall, a really good box, some really good finds, and a lot of copper. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more coin collecting videos in the future. I'm Captain Coin Collector. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. And as always, happy hunting.